Alright folks, how's it going? So, got a few new things from the dump. It's been the past couple of weeks. So the first thing I got was Amstrad CPC 464. Can't fit all that in the camera at once, these things are fucking huge. I've never owned a CPC before. So this is in actually really nice condition. I've just wiped it over with a couple of baby wipes, but yeah, this thing is in pretty much perfect condition cosmetically. So didn't have any way to power this thing. Originally these came with a monitor, and they were powered via the monitor. So I ordered 5 volt power supply and a SCART lead, or RGB SCART lead. Got them through, powered it on, and it just displays a white square on a black screen. So taking it apart, it appears that this has more than one bad RAM chip on it. So there's it's actually open at the minute. So this row of chips here is the RAM. And I think it was the second one up and the second one down are fucking red hot. The rest of them are okay, so it looks like it has bad RAM. So I had planned to fix this by getting a couple of RAM chips and seeing where I go from there. But just a few days ago there, at the local dump, I found this. Another 464 CPC. This one is in not as nice condition. It's okay, there's a few scrapes around it and stuff. There's a big sort of gouge in it there. There's a couple of the fins busted on the vents here. One there, and then there's a chunk missing out of it there. But overall, I've seen worse. So, because I already had the power supply and the SCART lead, plugged this thing in and it works perfectly. So I had intended to possibly make one good one out of the two, but that's not going to work because there are two different revisions with two different motherboards. If I compare the two of them there, you can see the edge connectors and stuff are in different places. So these cases and motherboards are not compatible with each other. So I did actually get a few games for the CPC. It's from my good buddy Rob on Facebook, who I've been buying and selling with for quite a while now. So he was the guy I bought the SCART lead and the PSU off. So he sent me a shitload of games here as well. So I've got this huge big thing, Armageddon Man. So I had loaded quite a few of them up and tested it out and stuff, and it's just not doing anything. There's absolutely no nostalgia there. As you know, nostalgia is a big part of it. It doesn't always have to be a part of it, but it definitely helps. So really, I wasn't feeling it. It sort of felt like it was just another Spectrum, or none of the games really made me think, fuck, this is brilliant. So I've actually sold the whole lot again. I've sold both CPCs, the power supply, the SCART lead, all the games are all sold, so I'm not keeping them. But yeah, still a nice find for the local dump. So that was that. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know I picked up an Amiga at the dump. Probably about a year ago, I got an Amiga and a Spectrum at the same time. And I did own an Amiga, early 90s I had an Amiga. So there's definitely nostalgia there for the Amiga. which I have been absolutely loving it. I bought one of the GoTech floppy emulators for it, so I can play all the games off a USB stick. I absolutely love the Amiga. But as they say, the grass is always greener. This past month or two, I've been playing with the Amiga quite a lot, and it has put me in the mood for an Atari ST. I have never owned an ST, but like I said, the grass is always greener. So I have been quite intrigued to try an ST out. And funnily enough, at the local dump, I got this at the same time as the second CPC. So I now have an Atari ST. I plugged this thing in and it works flawlessly. Everything works, all the keys work, the sound works, video works, the floppy drive works, and there was actually a disc in the drive. It's just a magazine cover disc with some demos on it, but it meant I was able to test the floppy drive out there and then. So yeah, this thing is an absolute beast. You can barely lift that with one hand. It weighs 3 times as much as the Amiga does. So yeah, haven't really done very much with this. I've really been researching, watching videos and sort of learning a bit about it. It just came with the unit itself. I don't have anything. I had a kettle lead and an aerial lead, lying about that I was able to plug in, test it out. So I don't have a mouse, so I'm on the lookout for an original mouse for one of these, if anyone has one. I looked on eBay and people are looking 25-30 quid for an original ST mouse. And no, you go fuck yourself. I'm not paying that for a mouse. I'll pay 15 quid maybe at a push, and that's including postage. Yeah, so if you have a cheap mouse that works, give me a shout. Don't expect to get rich off it like eBay sellers do. So there you go. That's my new toy. What I'm actually hoping to do is, with my little worktop that I installed here, the distance between this piece of wood and this piece of wood is about 2 inches wider than the ST and the Amiga put together. So what I'm hoping to do is to put 2 sliding things in. So I have the Amiga on one and the Atari on the other, and I can slide them out, one at a time, and use them. And then when I've finished, I can just slide it back in again, and they're tucked in out of the way, and I still have the workbench there. But both computers are permanently hooked up. I can just slide one out and use it. So that's my plan. I just have to look into getting drawer runners and figure out how to fucking hook it all up. So that should be a good couple of days trying to figure all that out. So that's it, just a quick video to show you my latest scores. It's my yellow Amiga down there. I do plan to retrobrate that at some stage, but I know how much work is involved, so I've been putting it off. Plus we don't get any fucking sunlight in this country, so that's another reason I haven't done it. Alright guys, catch you in the next one. Like I said, if you've got a mouse for an Atari ST at a reasonable price, hook me up. Thanks for watching guys, bye for now.